In this video, I'm gonna break down how remote iTicket sales beats the 9 to 5 you're currently stuck in. You're probably watching this video thinking, what is going on? I'm in a 9 to 5 and I was told once I secure a job, I'm gonna be financially successful. Now you're living paycheck to paycheck. You've got nothing to show for it after you've been paid at the end of the month. That is not life. You've only got 2 days in a week to spend on yourself, and on Monday morning, you're back doing the same routine. It's not what you were promised. So what is remote iTicket sales? It's very simple. It's so simple. You close deals for a company remotely, either by a phone call or a video call, Zoom, Google Meet, and that's literally it. You get on a call, you find out the prospect's problem and find out how the product or service solves their problem. And you keep 10 to 15% of the deal once it's closed. Companies are actively looking for closers every single day. What a day-to-day looks like when you're in remote sales. I get asked this question quite a lot of times, and it's really straightforward. The good thing about remote sales, you pick your own schedule. If you've been out on the weekend, you like to have a drink, you don't have to work Mondays like a 9 to 5. You pick the days you want to work. You open your calendar on certain times in a day that you want to take calls. So let's say, for example, let's give a scenario. You want to do calls Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You want to do calls them 3 days in a week. You open your calendar from 12 o'clock till 8 p.m. You do 5 calls a day, 15 calls a week. Let's give a scenario, how simple it is. So let me show you how you earn in remote sales. So let's say you're closing a $5,000 offer. You're taking 5 calls a day. Out of those 5 calls, you only close 2 of those deals. Okay, $5,000, you close one of the deal, that's 10%, you keep $500. Do that twice in a day, that's $1,000 you've made in a day. You do that 3 times a week, that's $3,000. In a month, you make $12,000. Let me stop. It does sound really simple, but there's a lot of work behind the scene that's got to be done to reach that sort of level. What I mean by that is a lot of role plays, investing in the right mentor, turning up every day. Not every call is gonna be a close. That is the honest truth. Not every call will be a close, but it's being comfortable to hear no, knowing you're gonna get that yes. And once you get that yes, it's very rewarding. That is the beauty of remote sales. What's good about remote sales, you don't have to go outside to look for your own leads. These leads are warm and it's put into your calendar, and all you have to do is jump on that call, explain the service, find out their problem. You might be thinking, but how do these leads come into my calendar? These companies are spending thousands every day on marketing, organic content, ads. So once the lead comes in, an appointment setter speaks to them, make sure they're qualified, and then that lead comes into your calendar. The beauty of remote sales is you're speaking to warm leads. You're not door knocking, you're not cold calling strangers, you're not talking to people who are not interested. So that means if you're speaking to a warm lead and someone that's interested, so it's more likely that person will buy the product or service on the call. Why remote sales beats your current 9 to 5? You're not chained to one location. Think about it. Most 9 to 5, you got to go to an office every day. And a 9 to 5, it's not really 9 to 5. It's more 7 to 7 when you add the commuting into it. So if you're spending 12 hours a day in the same place 5 days a week, you are chained to one location. You've literally got a golden handcuff around your wrist and you don't realize it. We're not put on this earth to be chained to one location. The world is a big place to visit. So what's good about remote sales, you can do this anywhere in the world. Coffee shop in Bali, anywhere in the world, you can do remote sales. So it gives you the location freedom. You cannot put a price on freedom. Just because you might be earning 5K in a month in a 9 to 5, after 5 p.m., your boss is still messaging you saying, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. That is not freedom. In remote sales, once you finish that 30-60 minutes speaking to the prospect and you close them, you onboard them and you don't need to speak to that prospect ever again. That is the beauty of remote sales. You just speak to a prospect 30-60 minutes and you've done your job. Another reason why remote sales beats a 9 to 5. With a 9 to 5, you have 4 weeks in a year for holiday. The world is massive. There's many places you'd love to visit and you've got to cram them in those 4 weeks. And you don't even have enough money to travel because you've been living to paycheck. So with remote sales, you don't need to book time off. You don't need to beg to get your own time back. When your friends ask you, oh, can you come on that holiday? Can you come on the lads trip? Can you come on the girls trip? You don't need to say, oh, I need to speak to my manager. I need to speak to my boss. He might say no, so I can't book it yet, guys. That is not life. With remote sales, you are flexible. You are not chained to one location like a 9 to 5. In most 9 to 5, every day is the same. It's boring. Our brains need excitement. We need to experience new things every day. In most of your 9 to 5, you gotta turn up, do the same task every day, repeatedly. In remote sales, every conversation you get on is different. That is the excitement of it. I love speaking to 5 different people every day and getting to know them. That is another beauty about remote sales. You're not doing the same thing every single day. With a 9 to 5, let's be honest, you're capped. Or you get that little 3% increase every year, but you're capped. You're given just enough to not leave. If your bills are £2,000 a month, how are you gonna leave? You've got to stay in that comfort zone because it's comfortable. As long as you can pay your bills, that's comfortable. But that's not life. You're not put on this earth to just pay bills. You're probably watching this video and you're thinking, Mike, it sounds too good to be true. How can I just make 10K in a month, work 2 hours a day, and in 30 days I make 10K? I understand why you think it's skeptical. But the reason why you think it's skeptical, many people online have told you this is a get rich quick scheme. It's easy to get into, and it's not. This is not fast cash. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that you learn. And when you put the hours in and you invest in the right mentor, it's rewarding. There is no ceiling on how much you can earn. The people making 10K, 20K, 40K, 100K months, they've put hours behind the scenes. Just because they can jump on a camera, tell you they've made 100K in a month, you're then skeptical thinking, oh, sounds too good to be true. How do you do that? But you don't see the hours they've put in and turning up every day when they've heard no, but still turning up and learning. Speaking to their mentor, asking them for call reviews, asking them for advice. That is how you do well in this game. 10K a month is not impossible in remote sales. But if you don't put in the work and you think it's a get rich quick scheme, you will never ever reach those figures. I get a lot of people say to me, sales isn't for me, man. It's just not for me. That's because you think with sales, you've got to be pushy, you've got to apply pressure, buy now. But that's not the case. You think you need to have that big dick energy, oh, I'm Andrew Tate. You don't need that in remote sales. All you need in remote sales is wanting to help people. Let's look at it this way. Sales is about being a doctor, finding out the problem and prescribing the solution. Let's give a scenario. Let's say you're on an offer and it helps with mindset coaching, overcoming PTSD. And let's say you're the closer. You get on a call and someone in your calendar, a prospect that you're speaking to, is overcoming PTSD and he's been struggling. So what you do on that call is find out the prospect's problem. What's going on? How long has this been going on for? What have you done to resolve this? Then at the end of the call, you show him how you've got the solution for his problem. You've not scammed him, then you onboard him with the person that will help him overcome his PTSD. You're not scamming anyone, you're just showing them how this product or service will solve their problem. It's that simple. So you're watching this and you've probably not had any sales experience. And you're thinking, well, Mike, how can I get into remote sales with no sales experience? I get it. I totally get it. Let me give you an example. One of my students, Kai, he used to work in a phone store, EE, in the UK. No sales experience, nothing like that. But what he had was customer service skills. He was comfortable with speaking to strangers every day and solving their problem or helping them change their phone contract. Okay, those same skills, the good customer service, speak to strangers comfortably, he used that to get into remote sales. So when he got on a Zoom call, seeing a stranger for the first time, he didn't get awkward because he's comfortable with speaking to strangers every day. Let me give you another example. One of my students, Sultana, she's a full-time teacher, but she does remote sales on the side after a 9 to 5. No sales experience at all, and she's smashing it in her offer. And the reason why she's doing well in her offer is because she's a teacher. What I mean by that is she's comfortable already in getting into a room where everyone is watching her and people see her as authority already. So that means she's used to having authority. So she transferred those skills into remote sales. So when she got on that call, she's not nervous. and the prospect sees Sultana as authority because Sultana has that aura already and that confidence of being the authority in a room. And having authority on a sales call is amazing. It's easier to close the deal. So stop thinking you need sales experience to do well in remote sales. Most likely in a 9-to-5, you've got the customer service skills, you're already authority in your 9-to-5. You can transfer these skills to do well in remote high-ticket sales. I've shown you every reason why remote sales beats the 9-to-5 you're currently in. You now have two choices. You can book a call with us and we'll show you the 90-day roadmap of how we'll train you and place you in a role. Or option 2, you can leave this call, go on Instagram, doom scroll, watch Netflix, waste away your life, waste away all your good years, continuing this rat race, be in the same job for 40 years, thinking it's not for me or life's unfair. You've got those two choices.